Alright class, please settle down, please listen to your teacher, BooBob197. I got a big giant surprise for all of you. It is time to do a brand new type of homework that nobody has never done before. Something that our own schools had never taught us for so many years or so. Please go back to your own homes, wherever you came from, and try to study one of your most favorite films of all time that gives you something to study, I guess. I'm sorry, ladies and dudes, I'm not your very good teacher, and I'm not a good sentence person at all. If you guys know me too well. Well, anyway, hi, ladies and dudes. This is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BooBob197. This is my review for today. And today, the top 10 list is finally back. I'm finally gonna make a brand new top 10 list that nobody has never done before, and it's going to be the most insane one of all. So, for my latest top 10 list of the day, is the top 10 best homework films that I have ever studied in my whole entire life. And yes, ladies and dudes, for so many years, or a couple of years here and there, I really want to study a film so darn badly is because there's a whole lot of things that I have never done before from my very own school. Something that I have never learned in my whole entire life is try to focus on a good movie that I truly love, that I really want to study so darn badly. And yeah, also I want to thank Christopher Nolan for giving me some type of homework that I really want to study, is that Oppenheimer movie. After all, he gave me a good film that I really want to study, but I haven't seen the movie yet. But at least it gave me some good, interesting, fun facts that I really want to know about this film. And he wants to do his own homework as well. Well, if you guys get the picture. So I think it'll be a cool idea in school if we can do our own type of homework and study a great film that all of us need to know in movie history about fun facts or details behind the scenes, or a character that we can study about, and you get the picture. So without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my top 10 best films that I have ever studied in my whole entire life. That is so darn easy for me. And yeah, Ponyo deserves to be an honorable mention since it is based by the fairy tale of the Little Mermaid. And also, I got 2 Pokemon movies that were based by the Phantom of the Opera and Tarzan, is The Rise of Darkrai and Coco. And all 4 of the Rurouni Kenshin films. You know, it has something to do, what's the difference between the anime and the manga thing? Well, if you guys get the picture. So, let's head on to my famous top 10 list. Coming at number 10 goes to one of the most underrated MCU films of all time, called The Incredible Hulk. And one of the most easiest parts I ever found in this film is truly, this movie is really staying faithful to the 1970s, close to the 80s TV series of The Incredible Hulk. I did study this movie very carefully, and it had so many things I did remember from the past episodes here or there of the very underrated TV show. Something you guys need to pay attention of. Something I cannot explain in this whole entire video because I don't want to make it too long. And yeah, the best part about this movie is they finally kept Lou Ferrigno as the voice work of the Incredible Hulk. it won't be the same without him. That's for sure. And that's why it has to fit at number 10. Coming at number 9 goes to Belle. I love Belle. It's such a great film. And the best part about this movie is a lot of fun facts you should know about this film. Like, we get to know a few new actors and actresses we never heard before, but they did a good job with their roles. And yes, it is an adaptation of Beauty and the Beast, but kind of decent. And the best part I love about this movie is Belle became the very first character in the adaptation of the Beauty and the Beast storyline where she had no hatred for the Beast. Not one little bit. She started to like the guy and she almost fell in love with him. Almost. But she just wanted to get to know him just a whole lot more and not just a guy who likes to fight and all that stuff. Well, if you get the picture, this is a very underrated classic now. So it deserves to be at number 9. And coming at number 8 goes to Dragon Ball Super. I love Dragon Ball Super. Super Broly. Whoops. I really forgot to put Broly on my piece of paper. So yeah, it's Dragon Ball Super Broly. Now that's another homework film that I gotta study. And the most easiest part about this film is you gotta pay attention to the animation. There's one animation style that looks like in the 80s and one animation style that came from in the 90s. And they combined it as one for this whole entire film. I think the 90s style is my most favorite part about the movie. Hands down. I mean, it's clean, it's pure, it's rich, and all that stuff. Forgive me, it's one of those kittens. I think he's really hungry for a meal, but I will try to get there as soon as I can. Sorry about that, ladies and dudes. But let's continue on with the list. Coming at number 7 is... Well, at number 7 we got something that was based by a number. And it's a remake too. So coming at number 7 goes to The Magnificent Seven, the 2016 version. And I frickin' love this version very darn much. I haven't seen the original version of Magnificent Seven, that came from the 60s, but the 2016 version is a whole lot easier for me to study. And the most easiest part about this film for me is we got a couple of actors here and there who did reunite in this film. 2 actors who worked together in the Train days and the 2 actors who did work together in Jurassic World. And the most surprising thing about this movie is we got 2 familiar actors who did work together before in the Newton Boys. Since I did a movie review about it from 2 years ago, maybe I'll leave a link down below and you guys need to check it out for yourselves. About the fun fact that I told you about. That's for sure. And that's the reason why it deserves to be at number 7. Coming at number 6 goes to one of the most easiest Liam Neeson films I ever studied in my whole entire life, and that is Honest Thief. Honest Thief is a very darn underrated film to watch, and it gave me so many details and hidden Easter eggs to be found in this movie. And it had the most smallest cast ever in movie history. And yes, the best part I love about this movie is big lip alligator moments that happen one time only, and never happen again. Just a few details here and there. Even the part where we see Tom Carter with his bare feet. That's for sure. And that's why it has to be at number 6. Coming at number 5, Oppenheimer's not the only one that we gotta do our homeworks for. We got another Christopher Nolan film that also gave us homework for us, the fans, to study. And that is Dunkirk. And Dunkirk is based by a true story, after all. A story about these poor young dudes who got stuck on the beach and they're trying to survive. And speaking of Dunkirk, to tell you the truth, this is a truly World War II adaptation of Titanic. Says it has something to do with the sinking and the people need to try to survive this dark tragedy in World War II. You know, well, if you studied this whole entire world very carefully, that happened in the 1940s. And yeah, we got small boats coming by to rescue the soldiers and take them home. And speaking of the small boats, they are the true characters in the whole entire movie. They were based by the real deal. If you guys have paid attention to that whole entire film very carefully, that has only one true character in it. Now that's some type of homework you never studied in the film. Or have you? Hard for me to say about the number 5 spot. Coming at number 4 goes to The Wildest Dream: Conquest of Erebus. I really love this film so much, and this is one of the best homework films I ever studied in my whole entire life. Something I never learned in school, and I would love to learn that in school. Something about a guy who is on a dream to head on to the top of the mountain. One of the most dangerous mountains of all time. And the best fun fact I ever found in this film is for familiar people. The old Grey of my Liam Neeson, Natasha Richardson, Alan Scary Rickman, and Ray Fiennes. All of them knew each other so well, and yeah, there's only one actor I really don't know of. Maybe a guy who they never worked with. You know, the guy who played the voice work of Sandy Irvin, if I remember right. And yeah, the saddest fun fact about this film is this is the final time that the old Grey of my Liam Neeson ever worked with his beloved wife Natasha Richardson and Alan Scary Rickman. Sad shame indeed. Hard for me to say about the number 4 spot. And finally, we're heading on to the top 3 of the best films that I ever studied in my whole entire life. And coming at number 3 goes to Spider-Man No Way Home. Truly the best Spider-Man movie of all time that gave us nostalgia. And it's truly the greatest adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. One of the best Wizard of Oz adaptations we ever got in movie history. And thanks to this film, they gave me a great homework that I will never forget in movie history, where I studied about Dr. Octopus. Dr. Octopus should deserve to be one of the best movie characters of all time. And he became the only character in the whole entire movie who did so many great things, or so many things that us the fans don't know about. Something that'll be way too long to explain. That's for sure. What else I could say about number 3? Coming at number 2 goes to The Wolverine. Yeah, The Wolverine deserves to be my best homework film that I ever studied. And the best part I love about this film is the only adaptation of Samurai X Trust and Betrayal that we're ever going to get. And yeah, there's so many scenes here and there that featured so many things that involve Samurai X Trust and Betrayal. Something you guys need to study of right away. That's for sure. That's why it needs to be at number 2. All I could say about the number 1 best homework film that I ever studied in my whole entire life for so many years goes to Rurouni Kenshin, The Beginning. Best homework film that I ever studied in my whole entire life. And the most easiest part I love about this film is there are some scenes here and there that staying faithful to the OVA and the manga, and a lot of scenes I don't know of that is not in the OVA or manga. Something that all of you gotta study for, if you have seen the movie or not. And that's why it has to be at my #1 best homework film of all time, hands down. And now, ladies and dudes, it is your turn. This is your most biggest homework of the day. Find whatever movie that you truly like that gives you your great homework. Something that you have to study for. That it doesn't matter if it's fun facts, behind the scenes, or a character that's easy to you, or something that wasn't in the story at all from your favorite anime series or manga. Well, if you guys get the picture. So, that's it for now. I'll see you all later. And sayonara. And most of all, class D